Hey, what's up, guys? TTarantox back here, bringing you guys another WWE Weekly Wednesday with Will. And fun thing, last week I forgot to put the template back on the Weekly Wednesday because I am a dumb and I was rushing the video because I was late and all that jazz. But it is here now. I hope you guys forgive me for that. And I have a list of topics that I'm hoping I'm going to be able to run in 18 minutes, seeing as how I have about 18 minutes left of WWE 2K14 footage, and I am not doing myself any justice by sitting here and talking about that. Let's start off with the first topic that I have at hand. We got to see Ambrose pick the stipulation. He's going to be able to pick the stipulation depending on how you want to look at this. They had a beat the clock challenge on Monday Night Raw between Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. Seth Rollins had to face off against Heath Slater, and Dean Ambrose had to face off against Alberto Del Rio. And Ambrose's time was about 15 minutes, 42 seconds or something like that. And they were like, oh, well, first Seth Rollins is going to have to face off against Rob Van Dam. Then later on, the Authority changed the match to Slater because everybody's like, well, Seth Rollins could beat Slater really easily. And right when they said Slater change, I was like, yo, Slater's got to win this match. He's definitely going to win this match. Lo and behold, Dean Ambrose comes out, causes enough of a distraction. Slater picks up the victory. And we get two awesome things out of it. Ambrose tore up Rollins' contract for the Money in the Bank ladder, the contract for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And Slater got a victory. Also, forgot, Ambrose gets to pick the stipulation for their match at SummerSlam, being the match of Ambrose versus Seth Rollins. And spoiler alert, since they have SmackDown is taped on Tuesday, we already know with the stipulation he picked. You can see it on screen. It is a lumberjack match that he chose. Now, this is something that was very unexpected, at least for me to, hear about. Like, I would have never predicted him to pick a lumberjack match. I mean, cool, it's awesome that, a lot of people in the back probably hate Seth Rollins and will probably do more damage to Rollins than Ambrose. But I was really, really hoping that he would have been like, all right, my stipulation, your Money in the Bank briefcase is on the line. Like, your contract is on the line. I was thinking that they were going to do that, but given the fact that he did rip up the contract on Raw, it wouldn't really make sense, even though they're going to give him his contract back, just like they did with Damien Sandow. But really wish it would have been something else. I was really hoping for that contract, because I kind of predicted that earlier in the year, but it didn't happen. But there's that, whatever. But next topic, as I say, Slater beats Rollins, which is awesome, which is pretty much like the step up for Slater, because he said, I'm gonna be he said he's going to prove himself, like, I think 2 weeks ago. And he beat Rollins and then turn around at main event. Him and Titus O'Neil, Slater Gator, they beat Stardust and Goldust, which is pretty legit, given the fact that Stardust and Goldust have been getting so much of a fan following, so much. They've been, the fans have been really cheering them on. I couldn't get the term that I wanted to use. They've been getting over with the fans. There you go. And to see Slater and O'Neil pick up the victory, it's awesome because I love to see them push Slater. I want to see Slater get pushed to a singles title contention, or even give him and O'Neil some tag titles. That would be cool. I would like to see that. But speaking of getting a push, we have the whole Dolph Ziggler versus The Miz thing. As you can see on the screen, it just says update. The only thing that I really have to say on that is the fact that Ziggler won a match against Cesaro, which was a pretty interesting match. It was a pretty nice match. And then The Miz came in, blah, blah, blah. And then Ziggler faked the super kick, and Miz dropped down to the ground, pretty much giving Ziggler the upper hand. Now, I think this is going to play out at SummerSlam because, I don't know. I don't know. I think this Miz might win. I think he's going to keep his title. He just got it. And I think Ziggler's just going to come up short, maybe pushing him towards more of a heel angle. Because, he's been over with the fans, like, ever since he was actually heel. Like, Ziggler is the likable heel. It's really weird. He can be heel, but they like him. It's crazy. It's hard for him to actually pull off a heel that the audience hates. So, it's weird. But I think that Miz, like, they're pushing it, and the Miz is going to probably take it. But I'll see what happens with more development between these two. But speaking of development between two people, we have the whole AJ and Paige story. Again, you just see it says story, or you see it just says story, whatever. And it's just basically just for me to recap and just say that, well, we have the whole Paige AJ thing. Paige, it's pretty much Mickey James Trish Stratus version 2, and where Paige is like playing the role of Mickie James, and AJ is the Trish Stratus role. And Paige is just doing the whole cycle card, talking about, I'm your best friend, I love you, but I'm going to take the title, blah, blah, blah. And quite honestly, the way this is shaping up, I'm not seeing Paige grabbing that title back anytime soon, at least not off of AJ, given the fact that AJ came back and took her title back. And then she already defended it against Paige and beat Paige and kept her title. If they go ahead and give Paige the title from AJ without any type of injury or anything given to AJ, then that's just going to be like, oh, well, they're going to keep their feud going, and then they're going to be feuding for like the next 5 years, and they're going to be like, okay, give someone else a chance. So the way I see it, AJ is just going to be definitely the one that's going to be on top of this. Also, given the fact that Paige pushed AJ off the stage, I guess I knew they scripted it. They didn't think anything bad was going to happen, but apparently AJ got whiplash. Not sure how 100% true that may be. I mean, the doctors don't really lie, the WWE doctors. I kind of believe whatever they say, but it could also be something that they're just telling people to, oh yeah, she just got whiplash. But again, we don't know. And but I believe that she did have whiplash, and that's that story going on. But we got more stories. We got the whole Reigns and Orton story. Long story short, they want to get a piece of each other. They want to fight each other, but they won't the authority won't let them touch each other until SummerSlam. So then they put Reigns in a match against Kane in a last man standing match on Monday Night Raw. First match of the night, so that was interesting. Then Kane lost, of course. I mean, they're pushing Reigns, so of course Kane is going to lose to Reigns, and that's pretty much that. Orton got a match against Dean Ambrose on SmackDown, which was taped on Tuesday because it was announced by what's his face, Seth Rollins, and freaking Rollins interfered at the match at the end, and it was a no contest or something like that. I don't know, but long story short, that's pretty much Reigns and Orton's story. They're kind of separate, but they're always coming back together. It's not really they're separate though, so there's that. Another story we have that's brewing that I'm actually loving. I loved what happened on the Raw between these people. Stephanie McMahon, Brie Bella. I love it. Takes it back. I tell you, it takes it back to like the Attitude Era for me, given the fact that you have a contract signing between Stephanie and Brie. They talk through smack. Brie sucks on the mic, by the way. Stephanie is pretty damn, good on the mic, I think. But Brie's not that great on the mic. Anyway, Steph and Triple H, they did their thing. Triple H trapped Brie into the corner with the table, and Brie pedigreed Stephanie pedigreed Nikki, which is awesome because I love it, because I am like, yes, Stephanie McMahon pedigree, awesome, because I love it when she does the pedigree. It's just awesome to see, the male, the roster, the male roster or whatever, see their moves translated to the female roster. I like seeing that. I don't know why. It's just cool. It's kind of like a move thief. I love watching move thieves. I just love them. I just love it. And then she turns around and she pedigrees Brie, which is pretty sick. I loved it. Stephanie has the upper hand, and I hope that she continues and has the upper hand at SummerSlam, and hope she wins, because that's who my money is going to be riding on. Next up, the most boring story that they have trying to develop, which is trying to make it epic, but it's not really epic, is this whole Cena Lesnar. Cena was nowhere on Raw at all, unless I missed him, but he wasn't on Raw. And they just keep running this whole Cena Lesnar promo where they're sitting down being interviewed about each other and what they like to do and how they feel about the match and all that jazz. And long story short, I fast forwarded through it because I just didn't really care to see it. But in more exciting news, Mark Henry returned to his home state of Texas, which is pretty cool to see Mark Henry back. I love listening to his theme song, and I like seeing him, put people into the Hall of Fame, even though he's like super fan favorite. It's like every time he leaves, he's like heel, and then he comes back and he's favorite. It's kind of weird, even though I think the last time he stopped wrestling for a bit, he was fan favorite or whatever. He was a good guy, but this time around, he's back. I hope he's back for a good bit, because I would love to see him, get into that faction with Kofi, Big E, and Xavier Woods, because we already know Henry and Big E, they had their little tag team thing before, and I think he was cool with Kofi for a bit. I don't know, but yeah, I would love to see them, because I want to see a new nation. We haven't seen anything out of them on Monday, which kind of sucked. I guess it was a missed opportunity in my eyes. Maybe they were doing something else important. I don't know. But I would love to see Mark Henry become a potential member of that faction, so he can be like, yeah, this is my nation. That would be sick. He could take over. I don't know. But speaking of potential members, R-Truth versus Bo Dallas happened again on Monday. R-Truth beat him last week on Monday, ending his streak. Then he beat him on Friday Night SmackDown, which was taped last Tuesday. And then he lost to him because Bo Dallas rolled him up and pulled on his pants and forcing the cheated victory, if you will. And then R-Truth got mad. He jumped him at the end. But Bo Dallas got the better half of it, pushing him into the steel steps. He hit his back on the corner of the steps. Then he bulldogged him on the ground. So this storyline is not really interesting. It was all right when Truth won. You know, he beat his streak. That was cool. But I don't know what they're going to do with this. I'm expecting it to probably come to a head at SummerSlam, maybe like in the shape of a pre-show match, possibly. I don't know. I'm saying I don't know a lot, but I would like to see Truth again in that freaking faction with Kingston, Big E, and Xavier, because Truth has been tag team champions. Well, he's been a tag team, not really champion, but he's been a tag team with Xavier Woods, and he was a tag team champion with freaking Kofi Kingston. So it's like, come on now. This is like, if they don't do that, that is such a lost opportunity, because he's been in a tag team with two of the members of that faction that they're trying to develop. So if they don't put Truth in there, then that's just, I don't even know. Maybe Truth doesn't want to be a part of it, but come on now. He needs that. He needs to be pushed some way, shape, or form. But speaking of other forms, I guess we're gonna have Corporate Kane back, as he took his mask off and gave it back to Stephanie. After his loss to Roman Reigns on Monday. So I don't know what this holds in the future. Maybe he's going to interfere in the Rollins Ambrose match. I don't know what's going to happen here. But Kane is always like sort of off the card, or somewhere around SummerSlam. That's when Kane just gets really like, he kind of like not really disappears, but it's weird. Maybe he's going to like peace out. Maybe this is a sign of him leaving to go do maybe press and stuff for his movie See No Evil 2, which is coming out. You guys remember the first one when he played the monster, or the guy that like kills people? I don't remember the story because I never watched the movie, didn't really care to see it. But since he does have See No Evil 2 coming out, I'm pretty sure they might just have him going around and do press, similar to how Miz does his stuff, and other stars like Batista go and do their little press stuff, and then they'll come back possibly later on down the line. In more, uneventful news, we still have the Fandango versus the Slayers storyline. And if you don't know the Slayers, that's Layla and Summer Rae. Get it? 'Cause they got the Summer, the S from Summer, the Lay from Layla, and then the Ers from Summer. But anyway, they got the Slayers, and they're continuously doing this whole Diego thing with Diego and El Torito, and then Fandango's like, I got a new partner. I'm dancing with Hornswoggle. He gets mad at Hornswoggle because Hornswoggle cost him the match, effectively, or whatever, however you want to put that, apparently. And then the Slayers, they take care of Hornswoggle. Then Hornswoggle gets in the ring, dances with Diego, Summer Rae, Layla, and El Torito, which I was just like, but El Torito and Hornswoggle were literally just at each other's throats a few months ago. But I guess that's behind them, because El Torito's like, yeah, come on, come dance with us. So that story is still going on. I don't know why. I mean, that story is long past, it's long overdue. It's just, I'm tired of it. I would have really, really loved to see at least one of them break off and then go manage Ziggler, because that would have been, like Summer Rae and Ziggler, I think that would have been a much better like storyline to have Fandango and Layla versus Summer Rae and Ziggler. That would have been sick. And that's just in my eyes, but I don't mind having to watch Summer Rae and Layla, prance around every week with someone different. It doesn't bother me. Y2J, Bray Wyatt. They have this thing, Y2J, if you beat Bray Wyatt's Wyatt family, Luke Harper, Eric Rowan, then they are banned from ringside. It's your match against Bray at SummerSlam. He's beaten them both. Bray jumped him. He gave him the Sister Abigail, and then he cut a promo later on the night of Monday Night Raw. Another story that I'm not really interested in that much, because we've seen it all before with Bray Wyatt. it's kind of like history is repeating itself. He finds a prey, he attacks them, they beat him, he doesn't get over it, then they fight again, Bray wins, then the things happen again, and then that person that he's targeting ends up winning. So I'm not really a fan of this whole Bray Wyatt attack somebody, win, lose, win thing, but I guess people love Bray. I guess it's their ploy to get Bray to the top. I don't know. Maybe they're just saving him for a rainy day. I don't know what they're going to do, but I still want to see Bray Wyatt and Bo Dallas in the same ring together, maybe as part of the family or, against each other, because they're brothers. I want to see that. They're 3 years apart. I want to see that happen. If I have to put any final thoughts into this as I wrap this up, I know I kind of ran through it, not really quickly, but I kind of spoke pretty fast, only because I was trying to get everything I want to say in the time that I wanted to say it. And one last thing, a prediction for the Reigns-Orton match at SummerSlam. I would love to see this match. You know how epic that match can get between those two. I'd love to see it just go crazy, get really epic, maybe 20 minutes in, or however long it's going to be. Reigns goes for a spear. Orton just when he turns around to get speared, he instinctively just kicks, and then Reigns runs into a boot, he kicks him in the chest, and then it just goes up to his face. Then Reigns does a little whole knockback thing, spins around like he's groggy or something, and then he gets RKO'd, and then we get the 1, 2, 3. I want to see Randy Orton win that match. Is he going to win that match? Nah, I doubt it, just because I'm still thinking that this whole Cena Lesnar thing is going to end with this whole entire storyline, not in the scope of a week at SummerSlam, after SummerSlam, no time soon. But I'm just saying, for the whole head of the Lesnar Cena thing, the whole WWE Championship thing, I am seeing Reigns coming out on top of this entire story with the title. That's exactly what I'm predicting. It may be in the form of Cena keeping his title, losing it to Rollins, and something happening, or Lesnar getting the title, Rollins trying to cash in and failing, or Lesnar having the title and the only person to knock him off being Roman Reigns. I'm thinking that's the one way they're going to go with it. They're going to create this crazy guy, this crazy animal beast incarnate Brock Lesnar, even though he's already created, but he's not. They're going to make him the guy, the top guy, give him the title, and they're not going to like him. None of the guys are going to be able to do it. Orton's not going to be able to beat him. Rollins isn't going to be able to beat him. Kane isn't going to be able to beat him. And then Reigns is just be yo, give it to me. And then they're going to fine, it's your funeral. And then Reigns takes it, wins the championship. But I don't know. That is all I have to say. Let me know in the comments below what you think of my freaking, everything that I said. Let me know in the comments below what you think I said. If I missed anything that I should have covered, what should I cover next week? I thank you guys for putting up with this. Let me know if it's been kind of getting, lower views as of late, but I'm not sure if you guys are just not interested or what. But let me know in the comments below what you think of this episode. And I still need to do an update video on WWE 2K15. I will do that, but holy crap, those graphics and that screenshot that they released look amazing. This is TTarantox signing out with WWE Weekly Wednesday with Will. Again, thanks for watching. Peace out.